Hi, this is Jonathan Quail again, the Art of Letting Go coach and the developer of the Letting Go Meditation Power Pack. I thought the best way to tell you a bit more about the Meditation Power Pack and its profound benefits is to tell you the story of how I developed it. It starts back in 1998 when I was a young professional squash player in England, and to earn some extra money I was also working part-time for a financial software company. So one day I had to get up really early at about 4 a.m. to drive up to Yorkshire. I was living in Hertfordshire at the time. It was about a 4-hour drive for a day's training with the company. So I did that, did the training, which was quite mentally taxing, and then I had to drive back the same night. So I left at about 7 p.m. and hour or so into the drive back, I was absolutely shattered. I was falling asleep at the wheel. I remember thinking to myself, I'm actually going to fall asleep and crash. I was having those little micro naps, you know, the ones where you sort of close your eyes for a second or two and then wake up with a start, which is very dangerous. So I decided to pull into a service station and try to get some sleep. But I was too amped, I was too wired, overtired, whatever, and I couldn't go to sleep. So eventually I had to resort to going into the shop and buying some caffeine pills and taking those to help me stay awake. Needless to say, I didn't sleep the whole night because of that. I remember thinking to myself while I was driving, there must be a better way than this. And I also remembered that my sister had learnt to meditate years earlier in South Africa using a technique called transcendental meditation, or TM for short, and it had really helped her to relax and to improve her health. She'd been quite ill at the time, so I decided that I was going to look into it, and that's what I did. I signed up for a transcendental meditation, or TM course in London, which cost me over £400 if I recall, which is a lot of money for me at the time because professional squash isn't exactly a lucrative sport. But something in me said that I needed to learn this, and I'm very glad I did because it's changed my whole life. Meditation, I started meditating regularly, and I found it really helped me to relax, to re-energize and improve my concentration while I was playing squash. But it did so much more for me than that. It really opened my eyes to an inner world that I didn't really know existed before that, and that's led me on a path that has completely changed my life. I'm doing things now that I just wouldn't have been doing if I hadn't started meditating all those years ago. So I did TM for about 7 years regularly, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, and I found that it really worked for me. I enjoyed it, and I felt a lot more peaceful, a lot calmer as a result. But after about 7 years of doing that, I got the meditation version of the 7-year itch. I thought, well, what else is out there? So I started experimenting with different meditation techniques. I incorporated touching, toning, sounds corresponding to each chakra point. These are the energy centers in your body that I learned from a South African sound healer, breathing techniques, and various other modalities, meditation modalities. And it's just experimenting. By experimenting with all of these, I started to develop this what I now call the Guided Letting Go Theta meditation. And about the same time, I started reading spiritual books like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh, The Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, and many others, because my mind had started to open up and to really question this whole reality we're living in. And I think meditation had a lot to do with that. And reading all of these books eventually led me to find and start reading a book called A Course in Miracles, which I found answered all the questions I still had about life, the universe, and everything that these other books were hinting at, but not really answering in full. And after a few years of studying it pretty intensively, and I started to teach it as well, I developed a 10-step forgiveness, or what I now call a letting go process, that summarized its seemingly complex teachings into a simple 10-step process. And I thought I'd incorporate this into the meditation as well. About the same time, I met a guy who was an expert in sound frequencies and healing, who suggested embedding a binaural beat frequency into the track. So he helped me to do that, and he also developed the Power Sleep track. That's part of the Letting Go Meditation Power Pack, which is an alpha range binaural beat in it. So you may be wondering what binaural beats are. So I'll give you the technical definition first. Binaural beats are an auditory illusion perceived by the brain when two slightly different frequencies of sound are played into each ear. So bi means two, aural refers to the ears, hence binaural. So when wearing earphones that are playing notes of slightly different frequency into each ear, our brains perceive the sound to pulse or oscillate at a fixed rate that's equal to the difference between the two frequencies. So in non-technical terms, what's happening is that the technology tricks our brain into hearing a sound that doesn't really exist, and entrains the brain to the same illusory frequency. In the same way as one tuning fork vibrating at a certain frequency gets another one to vibrate at the same frequency. And that's all that this big word called entrainment really means. That one thing entrains another to vibrate at the same frequency. And that's what binaural beats are doing for your brain. So I found the Guided Letting Go Theta meditation with binaural beats in the background and the 10-step forgiveness process very helpful. I used it myself, and then I soon started doing guided meditation sessions where I guided other people through it. And I put it on a CD that I sold, and you can read the testimonials of some of the people who've used it on this page below. So to wrap up this video, I want to share this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson with you. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. And he said, "Be not the slave of your own past. Plunge into the sublime seas, dive deep, and swim far. So you shall come back with new self-respect, with new power, and with an advanced experience that shall explain and overlook the old." What he's describing is a transformation in your own experience in life, rather than just learning more information. And that's what meditating regularly using the Letting Go Meditation Power Pack will do for you. It'll give you an advanced experience of life that explains and overlooks your old one. If you're a complete newbie to meditation, you're in for a great surprise. If you've meditated before, I think the Guided Letting Go meditation will give you a whole new experience of meditation that will also surprise you, because this Guided Letting Go meditation is quite unique. You won't find anything like it anywhere else. In case you're worried that it won't work for you, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on the Meditation Power Pack, which is effectively a 30-day free trial. So you can't lose anything by trying it. If you listen to both meditations in full at least twice in the next 30 days, and you feel that they just aren't working for you for whatever reason, just drop me an email explaining why they don't work for you, and I'll be happy to give you a full refund. So yes, you could use this to get the meditation pack for free, because you'd still have the files on your computer or device, but I firmly believe in the principle that as we give, we receive. So I'm going to trust that if you do benefit from the meditations, which I'm very confident you will do, you'll be happy to pay for the Meditation Power Pack. Sound fair enough? So to order the Letting Go Meditation Power Pack, just click on the button below, or if you like more information before you make your decision, you can read more about the benefits of meditation, FAQs, and testimonials by some of my happy customers on the page below. But remember, the 52% discount I'm giving you to say thank you for booking for the Art of Letting Go webinar expires in about 15 minutes or so, so don't delay your decision for too long. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can register for a free 90-minute webinar on the Art of Letting Go by heading over to theaolg.com. That's theaolg.com, and you can see the address on the screen now. Thanks for watching this video to the end. I hope you learn more about meditation and its profound benefits, and that you'll act on what you've learned, because the rewards in life don't go to those who just learn information. They go to people who take positive, focused action based on what they've learned. So, in the words of the famous Nike slogan, just do it. You've got nothing to lose except some of your negativity. I'll catch you on the other side.